Hello, I'm Teacher Terry, and welcome to today's video from IP English Time or P5. So for today's video, Lesson 2, we'll be looking at Unit 9, Big, Bigger, and the Biggest. But first, let's see what do we remember from yesterday's class. Now, do you remember these words we learned yesterday? This one, about the water around the countries. It's bigger than the sea. It begins with O. Do you remember? It is the ocean. And the next word, do you remember? The water that comes down. We say it falls down, therefore it is a waterfall. Remember this one? Snow on the top, very big. It is a mountain. And also, this water here, you remember? It is a lake. A lake. Then yesterday we had some words used to describe the size of something. So for this river, it's very, here's a W, you remember? Wide. Very wide river. Then the building. The building is very, very high. Very high building. Now the water in the sea. Go down and down and down. This word begins with the letter D. The water is very deep. 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 D-E-E-P. Deep. Lastly, we talk about the size of the mountain. It's not small, it's very big. Well done. Okay, so today for lesson 2, we're going to be comparing things together. So let's first start with comparing two things. Now, to compare two things, we can add ER, and the word than. Let's look at this example. Now, do you remember this from before? We said the water is very deep. Now, look at this one. If we compare, you can see how it's more. So we can say deep and add in ER, and then. So we get the word deeper, deeper than. So deep and deeper than. Now, not deeper, but deeper, deeper than. Okay, let's compare two more things. Now, do you remember we talk about the river? The river is, what word is it? Wide. Look at this river. Okay. Can you make it for me? What is it? The river is wide, wider than. Okay, wider than. And let's do one more. Now, the country we have this time is China. Now, China is big, a very big country. But then let's look. Let's move China there. And look at this country, Russia. So what can we say about Russia? Russia is bigger than China. So big, bigger, bigger than China. Well done. Now, this time we're going to compare more than two things. Maybe 3, 4, or maybe all the things in the world. Now for this, we can use EST, the S in the world. Let's have a look. The rabbit. Now a rabbit is fast. This one. What animal is this? Do you know? It begins with C. Yeah. It is a cheetah. Now, the cheetah is the fastest animal. So the fastest animal in the world is a cheetah. And let's look at another example. You know this building in Bangkok? We call it the Bayok Tower. And it is high, 328 meters high. But number one in the world? No. Have a look. So the sentence we make is the highest building in the world. You know what it is? Okay, here it comes. Wow, this is the highest building in the world. It's the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. And it's 828 meters. You can see the sentence, the highest building in the world. Let's see how we can compare these words. So wide, with two things, we say wide, wider than. Three, or up, many, many, we can say the widest. So can you help me with these other words? Deep. For two, we can say deeper than. And finally, for three or up, we can say the deepest. How about high? What's the first one? Two things. We have higher than, and then it is the highest. Okay, help me again with this one. Big, bigger than. And for three or more, we can say the biggest. Fast. We have two things, faster than. And three, four, all in the world, we can say the fastest. Well done if you got those correct. Now, let's have a quick look at comparing two things. Now, can you help me write the sentence? So Thailand is the USA. Now we use the word small. We're comparing two things. So what is the sentence? Thailand is smaller than the USA. So well done if you got that correct. Smaller, ER, smaller than. Now, an expressway. Wow, look how wide it is. And we compare with a road. So what's the sentence? For two things, expressway is wider than. An expressway is wider than a road. One more. Okay, try this one for me. A father is his son, using the word old. 3, 2, 1, older than his son. This time we're going to compare more than two things. Look at all of these planets. Now, what can we say about Jupiter using the word big? So Jupiter is, remember, the biggest planet. Well done. The biggest planet is Jupiter. Okay. Now, can you help me with this one? A rocket is the way to fly. Use the word fast. All the ways to fly, like by airplane, helicopter, rocket is number one. So what is the sentence? A rocket is the fastest way to fly. Okay. Now it's time for an activity, and it's a game. Now, let's just do a couple examples. Now, we need to read the sentence. A plane is kind of transport. Now, what do we think? Fast kind, the fastest, faster, fastest. Are you going to go for the fastest? Number 2, in the world. Have a look. A, B, C, or D. Maybe C or D. And I think the answer is the biggest. Number 3. This time we have 2 animals, rabbit, snail. So 2 things. We want ER than. Faster than a snail or slower than a snail? Faster than. Good. So faster than a snail. Okay, one more together. A giraffe is a zebra or zebra. Let's look at the picture. A giraffe is, we need which word? I think it is and we have taller than. So that activity you can look at later. The link will be on the video bottom. Now, let's carry on. So next we need you to get your notebooks, pens or pencils ready. We're going to give you a little bit of homework that we would like you to finish before the next class on Friday. Okay, so notebooks, pens or pencils ready. Now we have 4 questions on comparing. So can you write down these sentences, the whole sentence, and put the correct answer in? So if you want, you can pause the video to write these. And as you can see, what we have to do is write the answer. So a cheetah is a rabbit, and use the word fast. And number 2, the sea is a lake, use the word deep. Number 3, the Pacific Ocean is in the world, and use the word big. Number 4, the Burj Khalifa is building in the world. Okay, so write down these sentences in your notebooks, and we will check the answers on Friday. But for today, this is the end of the class. So thank you for listening. I'm Teacher Terry, and see you on Friday. Bye-bye.